Alright, welcome back to the channel. Today I've got another 2023 LCI Lifecycle Impulse, or refresh in BMW speak, X7. This is the xDrive40i, so the base model. It is finished in Brooklyn Gray because Brooklyn Gray is making its way across the BMW lineup. And this one does require the M Sport package, which is on the xDrive40i, not by default, but as a choice. You get the paint, you have to go with the M Sport package. So obviously refreshed for 2023, so we have the split headlight design now. It's probably going to take some time to get used to. In terms of the running lights or halos, they're up here. These are from the iX. Then down below it, sort of blacked out, and shadow line lights basically. Those are your headlights. So interesting design. Will only appear on the X7 and the 7 series. And the 8 series, should it survive into, I guess, technically a third generation. So we have the M Sport package as well as the shadow line package. We have blacked out grills. So those front grills looks to be a lot larger than pre-LCI. Got our driver assistance professional package sensor down there, the lower portion of the grill in the center. So a lot of intakes down here. It looks like they all are functional except for those split headlights. Basically a design choice here because that black below the headlight, basically for design. I don't know if it makes it look better on the split headlights. I can't really tell. Alright, so over to the side, we've got our 22-inch wheels. These are style 913 wheels. They are M wheels because we have the M Sport package. Basically a bicolor and very busy design going on here. The bicolor sort of blacks out some of that design, making the chromish finish look a little bit more prominent in its design, but pretty busy. And our hockey stick in black. And Brooklyn Gray, I think, works pretty well on the X7. Obviously, it's a much larger vehicle than we're used to seeing in Brooklyn Gray. But obviously, one of the more popular colors that made its debut, technically on the X2, which I think was the Mesh Edition X2, and then, of course, was announced on the M3, M4, and found its way basically across most of the lineup. I don't think it's on the 5 Series or the 8 series. It might be on the M8. I can't remember on that one. But out back, that's a chrome sort of bar, continues from the LCI or pre-LCI version. I think this is in addition to it, and then more of a darker taillight design. I think works pretty well. I'm sure Doug DeMare would have loved to see a light bar going across the back. See, our roof rails are finished in black. And I've basically put this X7 in its lowest setting, so basically, at least for me, this looks like a fast wagon. So we don't get wagons in the US, unfortunately, anymore. This is the closest you're going to get, although I've heard rumors of the next generation M5 Touring. Would that make an appearance? I don't know why it would, given the low volume of an M5 in comparison to the M3. The M3 Touring probably would have been a better choice to come over here. Unfortunately, it's not going to happen. Alright, so opening up, we are greeted with black Sensa fin. This is the 3rd generation of basically Sensa tech. So a lot of nice quilting features going on here in Sensa fin. Replaces the Vernasca leather option. You still can get leather, just only in merino. So this was this is an inventory vehicle. We tend to shy away from leathers in most cases just to keep prices down and perhaps go for some other options. You'll notice, hopefully, we have Bowers Wilkins on the xDrive40i version. So back on the 40i, which disappeared quite some time ago and hasn't been on here in quite some time. Not even Harman Kardon. Let's back for the 23 model year. So, no big secret. iDrive 8 curved display, which I think looks fantastic. Also got, alright, so I know a lot of people complained about not having a cover over the instrument panel. Believe me, you can see this just fine. The camera picks up a little bit more glare than what you see in person. We also have the heads-up display, our curved display over here, our fine line wood trim as well. It's nice, elegant trim. We have the sort of, I guess, ambient lighting for the X7 logo here, lit up. So this is in sport mode, and it gets you that red. So I have comfort mode. I already selected a blue interior. So if you want to go look at, the options for ambient lighting, go into the vehicle apps. We go over to interior lighting, go into ambiance, and choose a bunch of different colors here. So I think a few more colors than previously available. So lots of different yellows and golds. We've got some greens, and you got in your shades of blue, into purple, flamingo, papaya, coral, and then rose. So not entirely customizable, but pretty good selections. All right, so the other thing I want to go into is Bowers and Wilkins. So this is probably not going to do justice to this demonstration, but you can actually have a demonstration. So you go into the sound in the settings and go to experience the sound within sound. All right, so the other thing we want to talk about is the augmented reality. We go into Nav. Go into the settings feature here. You go down to augmented view. By default, should be on, but that's how you turn it on. We had the demonstration of that already in one of our X7 videos. But let's go over pricing and options on this particular build here. So starting price for the X7 xDrive40i, $77,850. Driving Assistance Pro package, another $1,700. M Sport package for $2,900. Those 22-inch wheels add another $1,300 to the price. $1,350 for the M Sport Professional, which gets you a limited kidney grill. Which is interesting. Obviously, I can't demonstrate that right now. Parking Assistance package for $900. $1,850 the premium package, and then another $3,400 for the Bowers Wilkins sound system. So it's going to be quite rare that you're going to see an inventory spec car, at least the xDrive40i spec with Bowers Wilkins. Everything else is there. All told, MSRP of $92,245. A lot of that increase is due to the Bowers Wilkins sound system. For the rest of the car, and we do have basically, for lack of a better term, acoustic glass on this. So laminated setting that makes this car extremely quiet. So we've got our second row bench seat here. So this is the maximum that you want to get. If you want to carry around passengers and cargo, this is the way to go. 7-seat configuration. And these bench seats in the second row fold down completely. Kicked open is there. I'll change the settings here so I can get the lower portion down. So you have a little bit of extra storage down below. You can see even below the third row back there, which is currently folded down, you have a little bit more extra space. All right, we'll just do kick the close. That little clamshell is done. Obviously, a few new colors for the LCI X7. More on the way, including, I think it's the copper one, I forget what it's called. Is it sparkling copper? And then Blue Ridge Mountain as well, which first appeared on the G23 series a couple of years ago and then disappeared and is now on the IX. So I think it's actually turned into a fairly popular color in the IX. But almost done with a quick tour around the brand new X7, well, refreshed X7. So let me know what you think about Brooklyn Gray on the X7. And we'll see if you have any other questions. If you have questions or comments about the X7, the LCI, or perhaps even iDrive8, drop them in the comments. If I can't answer them there, I'll try and make a video about them too. So we'll see you at the next video.